Lindsay, what you doing?
I'm making ice cream partitions for my latest ice cream invention. What it is, I'll be making 6 partitions total for the 6 slices of ice cream. We'll put each slice of ice cream on the partition, and we can use the partition to easily pull it out and have a nice single-size serving ready to eat. I'm trying wax partitions, parchment partitions, which I'm making now, and parchment and foil partitions. This one here. I haven't made the parchment and foil ones yet.
Okay, and which container shape are you starting with here?
I'm starting with this ground shape. See?
Mm-hmm.
Later I'm also going to try testing the cylinder shape.
Okay.
And even later I'll test the brick shape.
All right, we'll check back with you later. Thanks, Lindsay.
You're welcome. Today is the day we're building our first prototype. As you see here, we have 6 partitions, 2 made out of wax paper, 2 made out of parchment, and 2 made out of parchment and foil. We're going to, we have another box of ice cream in the freezer right now, and we're going to cut it into 6 slices using these partitions as dividers, and this will be the first prototype for my invention. I'm putting the first partition in the ice cream box right now.
Okay, Lindsay, tell us what's happening right now.
Right now I'm cutting out separate ice cream discs that fit in between the partition. This will be the first one.
Yeah, maybe the narrow way would be more effective.
And go.
So, we have gotten our first layer of ice cream in, and now we're preparing the second partition. This time we'll be testing parchment paper instead of wax paper.
And go.
Now you can see the second layer of ice cream is in. We are now testing it with parchment and foil paper.
Show the flip side. It's foil on one side,
Yep.
parchment on the other.
So here's our finished prototype. As you can see, here's the parchment with foil, the parchment and the wax is right here. It's taped down though. We have 6 partitions in here. They're all numbered. And yep, here it is. It's nicely inside still. We're going to let this freeze a little bit before we test it out and use the partitions to serve our ice cream.
Yay!
Yay! Hi, okay, so we've finished our prototype and we've kept it in the freezer for about 1 week. We turned the freezer's temperature as cold as it will go, and the ice cream is as hard as a rock pretty much. So we're going to scoop the ice cream on the first layer off to see if putting the wax layers in will make it any easier to scoop out. Peeled right through the layer.
It's a separate layer.
It's still a separate layer. It came out easily with a soup spoon. It does come out easily.
That's good.
It came out too easily.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one?
Yeah.
Sure. So it makes a huge difference?
Well, look.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's coming out
And
really easy.
the ice cream didn't stick to the wax paper too, or is that parchment?
This
Parchment.
one is parchment with the
Foil.
But you didn't have a nasty time of separating
No,
them.
no.
They separated easily.
It's probably because I was used to having to use a lot of force on the spoon, so I think, you know, this.
Oh yeah, so you
Now
went
that
too
I
hard.
know that I don't need to.
Yeah, it just chunks right out of there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Okay, let's have some pie, or is there other things that you need to do? Did you want to have the first layer scooped out and then try to lift the whole second layer out, Linz?
Do
Sure.
that? Okay,
Okay.
so I'll just finish this
So
up.
yeah, we'll finish that up and then we'll start recording again when we're lifting another whole layer out.
So as Lindsay was scooping, you notice that it actually does lift the layer, so once you get that first scoop, it becomes even easier
You get a bigger
to
chunk
move a big piece.
with
for
just
serving.
still a little soup spoon.
Yep. You see
Okay.
it makes a nice serving size on the plate.
And now she's going to do the second part of the experiment, and that is the lift. Well, first of all, just lift the first skin off, right?
Yeah.
And that skin would keep it fresh in the freezer if that's all you did was use the first layer.
You would just leave it there.
But now
Okay.
her second experiment is going to be, can she lift out a whole chunk and put it on a plate,
Yep.
all at one time? Can she pop it out of there with just, is this parchment or wax?
This is the parchment layer. And it's
Uh-oh.
not gonna work.
Well, be slow and gentle. Peel. Let me try.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, it let loose sort of. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'm doing it nice and slow. Uh-oh, that one broke too.
No, it didn't broke.
It just
folded.
folded.
Hey, look at that. Okay, set it on a plate, Lindsay. And then you can remove the tabs. And now you could make, by using a knife and cutting that, you could make
Equal quarters.
equal quarters.
Or if it's cylindrical, you
Just
can
use
make,
a butter knife, Lindsay.
you can make any pie type shape that you want.
You could use cookie cutters if you
You
wanted
could use
to.
cookie cutters, yeah. You could make a
Now,
very...
will this cut easier too, since she's only cutting through a limited thickness?
And this is just with a butter knife that she's
And that
using.
is as cold as our Whirlpool refrigerator freezer can go, which is probably about 0, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a thermostat? You can check.
Okay,
Very nice,
move
Lance.
it over onto another plate so you can see the...
So now it's time to have pie.
Move a serving over on... No, just one serving.
And then I guess if you save that layer, you can put it back over to protect the
You could.
ice cream.
You could
Let's
seal
see if
it.
that works, Lynn. So serve up the ice cream after you
I
cut.
want some. I want some. Yay.
And now see if you can reuse the paper to protect from
See how
freezing.
easily it goes off there? Okay, now can you use that chunk of paper and put it back on the... So you wouldn't get freezer burn. And put the lid on.
Most interesting ice cream box you'll ever find. Okay, so I was just thinking one day, I had a really fun idea that my ice cream slicer thing could provide. Now, Dad got into my prototype and he pretty much decimated the 4th layer, but I guess we'll just take it out and use the 3rd layer.
We're kind of wiggle it.
Okay, wax paper is not very good. We will no longer use wax paper.
Why don't you use a spoon?
Yeah. Maybe we can get one here. So what you could do is you could take this slice, put a cookie cutter in it like that. Take 2 cookies. And voila! Easy ice cream sandwich.
Perfect ice cream sandwich.